Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon or Rising. And Taurus, it is your yearly overview for 2020. It's going to be a massive year. You guys have a lot of major arcana in the spread, some really powerful cards, and in particular, your first quarter of this year is looking to be huge. Now, we closed out a decade with 2019. And I think that's why some of the energies are really powerful at the moment, because we have this clear slate and we can create and set up for a whole new chapter, a whole new decade at the moment, or, sort of around this new year time. So, Taurus, I know you can't see the full table here, but I'm going to hold up each card pair as I read them so you'll see each one clearly. And what we have here is a Rider-Waite card for each month of 2020, and then we have that clarified each one with a separate Star Child tarot card. So we're going to start here at January. We're going to move around clockwise, ending up at December. So let's look at your January. Big reach. Try not to set them on fire like I almost did the other day. Okay, so you're kicking off your new year with Serenity, which is the Hermit energy, and the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, wow, what a better way to start off a new year, a new chapter, than with the Wheel of Fortune. This is brilliant, guys. So it really is that wheel, that universal wheel wanting to shift for you. It's a luck change. It's a whole new energy. And what it says here, Taurus, is that towards the end of 19, you were probably tying up some karmic contracts, some life lessons. Some of you might have left relationships. Some of you might have left careers that were no longer in alignment with their higher purpose. It's that kind of energy. It's big completion and big new beginnings. It says that it's destined timing for this to happen. It really is strongly linked to your life path and your, divine timeline. Now we have that here with the Hermit energy, Serenity. So over the Christmas period or the holiday period, whatever you celebrate, if you're taking some time off work, it's a great time for you to maybe retreat within a little bit and really do some, thinking and some manifesting on what you really want, not only this year to look like, but your next chapter. Think big. The Wheel of Fortune is said to have a 10-year energy, which is perfect for starting a new decade. So the decisions that you make now and the foundations that you lay and the things that you set up could really influence strongly your next chapter. So with the Hermit energy as well, you're putting foundations and plans in place. But, Taurus, of course, you're not going to know necessarily what that destination is, exactly, where you're heading with that. Because the Hermit energy links to the Star card, and it's about a sense of illumination. So at the moment, you might only be able to see those first couple of steps in front of you that you can shuffle forward in. But the more you seek, the more you go inwards and connect with your inner wisdom, that's when that Star energy burns brighter and you start to see more of the path forward. So over time, that illumination will get greater as you, renew, restore, you heal anything that you need to from 2019. That is a beautiful energy to kick off with, Taurus. And it only gets more interesting because your February, guys, like how many major arcana can you get, is the Chariot and the Magician. Wow. Okay. So, the Magician is about you waking up to that truth, Taurus, that you are the creator of your own reality, or if you will, the co-creator with the universe. And it talks about having everything you need within you to create the abundance, the life you truly desire. You can see you've got all the tools here on the Magician's table. Now, there's also that saying with the Magician, as above, so below. So it talks about whatever your energetic state is, that's what we put out to the universe, and that's what we attract back. We attract back vibrational matches for ourselves. So in February might be a really great time to manifest new beginnings, new things into your life. but to also look at your energy field and then ask yourself if you're in alignment with the things that you are trying to attract. And when we come into alignment and when we have that realization that okay, sorry about that, guys, somebody just came home. So just carrying on with what I was saying about the magician here. It's when you bring those parts of yourself into alignment, and it's when you realize that you are the conscious creator of your own reality, that's when you unlock your infinite potential. So we have the magician here with the chariot. So this also says to me that you have everything you need in order to propel your life forward in the direction that you want to take. The only reminder with the chariot is, again, that theme of alignment, bringing any areas of indecision into alignment, taming any inner demons, and that's when we can make huge leaps in our life. And it's really up to you. It's up to you to use your manifestations, use your mindset in order to make that happen. So there could be forward movement in February, there could even be travel, relocation, that kind of energy. So let's go to your March. We have, again, the magician and the Four of Swords. Guys, there's a big theme of like creating your own direction in the first quarter here. So, I guess the reminder here is with the Four of Swords, that, you might be so busy manifesting and creating and propelling forward, and you've had the Wheel of Fortune, you've had all these big energies. So just make sure that you don't burn out. Take time out to rest, to recover, to regenerate, and take time out to take a step back to keep formulating that battle plan, because the Four of Swords can be about taking a pause in order to make a new battle plan. And when you'll know when the time is right, when you feel rested and regenerated, that you can pick up the sword and carry on. So you might just need a little bit of a break. We can link to the Three of Swords here. If there's any past hurts that might come up or anything that needs to be addressed, then take the time to heal that. Yeah, magician, I mean, we've already talked about that energy. Again, February, March are such strong months for you to be manifesting, to be really setting up your next chapter, to be really in creation mode. All right, let's go to your April. We have the Strength card and we have the Six of Crystals, which is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so yeah, I mean, the Six of Pentacles is about, that balance between giving and receiving. And we have the Strength card as well. So if you have been, giving out a lot of energy in that first quarter, it might be time to take a pause and to maybe get yourself in a position where you can receive again. If you're in situations where you feel like it might be unevenly weighted as well, it's a good opportunity to address that. It can be also a card of abundance. The Strength card, so in April, you might be called to look at some of the sides of yourself that might need bringing under control or taming. So Strength card can talk about taming our inner demons, bringing those parts of ourselves back into alignment, back into balance. So both of these cards talk about balance. And when those scales are even, that's when, once again, we unleash our infinite potential, as does the magician. So for example, if you're feeling any resentment or anger for a past situation, then we would balance that with compassion and forgiveness. And that is like the antidote that kind of, transmutes those energies, or dissolves them or releases them. And every time you do that, you unlock a little bit more of your infinite power, and you get yourself more into a position where you can receive the energies of the universe rather than just, always giving them out. Okay, so May. Let's go to your May. Page of Swords and the Four of Wands. Interesting. So, the Page of Swords can be about the initial steps of progress or of change. So this could be, after that busy first quarter, another kind of shift, another change, another slight direction happening for you. Yes, there can be a younger air sign in the mix that might be pivotal in this in some ways. That would be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. Either way, for me, this is a bit of a wind of change card. And we have that with the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is about finding new levels of stability in your life, finding things that will go the distance, reasons to celebrate. So this might be progress in finding greater stability in your life, and the means of you achieving that. It could be you entering into a new relationship that gives you a sense of stability and solidity. It could be taking new leaps in your financial situation or your work situation. There's also an element of synchronicity with the Four of Wands because we have the 11-11 formation. So be on the lookout for opportunities that might come synchronistically or come out of nowhere. And the Four of Wands, it also talks about reasons to celebrate. The Rider card of this version of this card has a couple getting married. There could even be a marriage proposal. You might even be attending a wedding. It's that kind of energy. And for a lot of you too, that is also your birthday month, so it might even be your birthday celebration that that's alluding to. Okay, so June, we have the Ace of Cups and the Moon. Okay, beautiful. I love the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is about really being in that place where you can receive love, receive offers of love, and that's something that we sort of saw you working on a little bit earlier. Now, under that Moon energy, the Moon can be about tuning into your intuition. It can be about, seeing things clearly, maybe seeing things for what they are. It might be about breaking down some kind of illusionary energy. So, this could be maybe having to bring maybe the two sides of yourself, the tame dog and the wild wolf, into balance in order to be able to receive love. Maybe it's about integrating parts of yourself. That Ace of Cups can be an offer of love. It can be something like if it is in the work context for you guys, getting an opportunity that's going to fill you up on all levels, on all sensual levels. It also talks about transformation because the Rider card version of this card has the lotus flowers on the water. And if you know about the lotus, they start in the mud and then they transition up through the water. And when they reach the surface, that's when they blossom and bloom. So they're making that journey from the darkness to the light, from the mud to the air. So this could be quite transformative for you guys. And when we start to transform, that's when our inner light starts to shine bigger and brighter. That's when we start moving from a moon energy into a sun energy. So beautiful. Some of you might get an offer of something that's either transformative, experiencing more self-love, romantic offer, or some other kind of offer that fulfills you on an emotional level in June. So July, we have the Five of Wands and Awakening, which is the Judgment energy. So some of you might get some kind of wake-up call in July, or a deeper awakening to something. Now we have that here with the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands can be about pettiness, can be petty arguments. In the workplace, it could be gossip, corporate politics, that sort of thing. It can be in a relationship, one-upmanship, or just general squabbling. So that's an energy that we don't want to engage with. So this awakening card, or this wake-up call, could be about you realizing the areas in your life where you might be experiencing this kind of energy. And with the Judgment card or Awakening card, it's about waking up to the areas of your life that keep you small, keep you confined, keep you constricted, so that you can then, rise above them. So there could be a situation that you need to rise above. The Awakening card can also be the card of forgiveness or second chances. So is there any way of forgiving the other party that might be involved in this situation, so that you can move forward in another direction where you're not going to engage with this energy again. Okay, so August. We have Temperance and the Hierophant. I mean, you probably do have one of the most major arcana, I think, in these yearly readings I've done so far, Taurus. Okay, so Hierophant can link to institutionalized settings. So, for example, our institution of committed relationship, marriage, the workplace, the place of study, even our own faith. And temperance is about, healing, restoring, coming into a place of greater balance, about, discovering the right ingredients in order to be successful in those kind of institutional realms. It can talk about finding inner stability, getting into a place where our mental, emotional, and physical health are all in alignment so that we become unshakable. It's about rebalancing the waters of life. So some of you might need to do some rebalancing or some healing in an area of your life that is your institution. So whether it is that relationship, that job, that area of study. Hierophant also talks about, values and, living in alignment with our own true values rather than going along with the values that are imposed on us by institutions. So, some of you might need to rebalance the situation by, bringing your values to the party if you feel like you've had to dance to the beat of somebody else's drum for a while. Okay, September. We have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the Two of Crystals, which is the Two of Pentacles. So lots of earth sign energy here in September, Taurus. So interestingly, we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is an energy that's very practical, grounded, mature, stable, but she can be that person that goes out and earns the money, but she's also, great in the home, and she's a nurturer and she's compassionate. So she's both of those things. Now, the Two of Pentacles can talk about juggling priorities, having too much responsibility, feeling like you're trying to juggle by keeping these two pentacles up in the air, and those two pentacles might be work and home life. So you might really need to work on your work and home life balance, work-life balance in September. It's finding that balance which is the key to making us feel like we've got both feet on the ground and that we are emotionally stable and balanced as well. And the Queen of Pentacles also links to abundance, so you could be working on growing your abundance both internally and materially in September. Okay, October. The Empress, another major arcana, and the Knight of Wands. Wow, interesting. Okay, so the Empress can be another new beginning. She is the biggest card of possibility in the tarot deck. She can birth things into the material realm, be that physical birth, be that a new project, a new idea, something that you might have been working on for a while could really start coming to fruition in October. Then we have that here with the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Wands is all about progress, having passion, enthusiasm, a sense of adventure. It can be somebody coming in and making a passionate offer to you that has the ability to really materialize and go the distance. So it can be like an offer of growth, an offer of something in the workplace that you're going to be very enthusiastic about, and it can be love as well. Now, the Empress is number 3, and we have the 3 sand dunes here. So these are cards about being able to manifest, about being able to take the initial action to get something off the ground. So lots of action energy, really kind of bringing something in the material realm that you might have been desiring for a while. So beautiful. November. We have the Page of Wands and we have the Seven of Cups. So it's not an unlike energy from the previous month. So here we have that energy in October of you getting something off the ground, of you birthing something, of taking initial action. And with the Seven of Cups here, we see that you have a lot of options or opportunity open to you. So this could have been the beginning point, and now things are starting to expand, and all of a sudden you have so many options to choose from, be it in love or work, whatever it is that you'll be focusing on this month. Now, the Seven of Cups can talk about focusing on the option that has the ability to go the distance, not necessarily the one that looks the best externally or looks the best on the outside. Maybe not the person that might be the most attractive, the opportunity that pays the most, but actually looking beyond the surface and thinking which one of these situations, opportunities, possibilities can go the distance. And the Page of Wands again talks about, choosing one of those options and taking action to explore it. Some of you might have felt like before this you're a little bit in the desert, but now you have so many options available to you. Again, the link to manifesting. So it's about, these things have the ability to expand quite quickly. And the Page of Wands, holds the Ace of Wands, as did the Knight of Wands. So this is about, taking those initial steps of action, but, that they will need to be continued action to keep on evolving these opportunities. And December. We have the Four of Cups and we have the Six of Swords, which came out with the Queen of Wands. So we have like so much Wands energy in this last quarter. So I really feel like your last part of the year is a lot about progress and action of things that you've been manifesting with all that Magician energy in your first quarter. So I feel like it is a cycle and things are going to start to come into fruition towards the end of the year. Now, as part of that process, there might be a situation that you need to move on from, right? Because that Six of Swords is a necessary rite of passage. It's kind of a bit of a sorrowful leaving of something to get to somewhere more peaceful and harmonious, basically. Now we have that with the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups can be about being in a situation where you've already pulled back your energy from something that's no longer working for you. So yeah, it could be, again, relationship, business, all of those kinds of things, but it talks about maybe someone coming in with an offer of love, with an apology, with, some kind of action, but I think you've already closed down from it and decided that you want to move on from something because you're looking forward into your next year, into 2020, as the visionary that the Queen of Wands is. So I think you, at this stage in December, you know what you don't want for your life, and now you're focusing on moving towards what you do want. So that Queen of Wands, she can manifest, she is determined, fiery, she's a visionary, and she's making instinctual, calculated decisions for her life to get herself into the place where she wants to be. Towards the end of the year, closing out the year, you're going to be moving on, leaving behind anything from this year that's made you feel unbalanced in a place of emotional turmoil, really setting things up so that the next year is going to be even smoother, even more peaceful. And the reminder with this card here is to leave any of the baggage in the past, try and carry on with an empty vessel without all these swords or thoughts or over analytical thinking with you. And yeah, that Queen of Wands is a great energy to go into the next year with. She's very forward thinking, she's entrepreneurial, and if we look at the progression of the cards, all this Wands energy here, I really think that some of you might be even starting a business idea, expanding something, taking progressive steps of action towards new goals. Taurus, that is your yearly overview. It all starts off with a bang here with that Wheel of Fortune energy. We have big manifestation energy here, and then we have a lot of action and things coming into fruition towards the end of the year. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Keep in mind it is a general reading. Not every Taurus's year will go like this. Feel free to leave me a comment if you'd like to let me know how the year kicks off for you, and I'll see you for plenty more weekly and monthly readings throughout the year.